day, another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day one of Fitmas and I'm so excited. This workout is going to be all about your legs and your booty. One of the most important exercises for your legs and your booty is squats. So I'm going to give you guys different form tips to make sure you guys have the perfect squat. So I'm going to show you guys how to perfect a squat and how you can increase weights whenever you are ready, working from body weight up into a barbell. So if you are struggling with your squat, if you try to add too much weight when you're not ready to, you can definitely injure yourself. If your form is not perfect when you are squatting, you can injure your back, you can injure your legs. Like, there's so many different things you can injure. So I want to make sure that you guys have the most perfect form before you add any type of weight, and then you can get stronger. Alrighty, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna just start with your body weight. So what you're going to want to make sure, this is just a normal squat, that your feet are about shoulder width apart. They're not going to be a wider and they're not going to be in. You want them perfectly shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that your feet maintain good contact with the floor. And then you also want to make sure that your weight is distributed a little bit more in your heels than the front of your feet. So when you are about to go into your squat, you want to make sure you're like sitting back in a chair. So you're sitting back. You don't want to sit forward like this. You want to distribute your weight towards the back, and you're going to sit back like this. The one thing you do want to make sure is you want to make sure your knees are going over your second and your third toe. You do not want them to cave in like this, because this will cause knee problems. So you want to make sure you are pushing your knees outwards. Your chest is staying up. You are not going like this. Sitting back in the chair, chest is staying up, and then you drive up through your heels. Key is you want to make sure you're driving through your heels, so that will engage your glutes in the squats. I know so many people feel their quads mostly in squats, but if you engage your glutes and really put contact in them the whole time and drive through those heels, you'll feel them in your glutes. A trick I have, you place a resistance band right here. What it'll actually do, it'll force your knees to go in, because it's going to try to pull you in this way, but it'll trick your body to push out like this. So when you come down in a squat, your knees are pushing outwards, and then stand back up like that. So push your knees out, your hips open. When you have this resistance band on, keeping that core tight and chest up, and shoot through your heels and stand up. I would recommend using this if you feel like your knees are caving in, because it will have you push your knees outwards if you have this on above your knees. And then also this just adds another level of difficulty, so it actually works the outer part of your glutes when you have this on and you push your knees outwards. Once you make sure your chest can stay up, your knees drive outward, they do not cave in, and you can distribute your weight towards your heels, you can add a dumbbell. So what I always recommend is starting out with a goblet squat. So that's going to be right here in the front. And what this does, it makes sure your core is engaged as well. So that's another tip. You want to make sure throughout your entire squat, you're keeping your core engaged. So this is going to stay right here. I normally would recommend starting with like a 5 pound and work your way up. Same rules apply. You want to keep that chest up. Just because you have a weight, you should not let it pull you forward. So when performing a goblet squat, what you want to do, keep your chest up, keep your core tight, your weight is distributed towards your heels. You're going to come down, keep your hips open, your knees are pushed out, your chest is up, your core is tight, and then you push through your heels and you stand back up. So come down, squeeze your glutes, shoot through your heels and stand back up. Once you feel really comfortable with the goblet squat and have the form perfect, you can add another dumbbell and you place them on your shoulders. So what this does, it is a perfect introduction to the barbell. It adds a little bit more weight, so you can definitely challenge yourself. Like always, start low and work your way up. With this, since your elbows are outwards, all the weight is going to be pretty much on your shoulders. So same rules apply. Chest up, open your hips, drive through your heels. Core is tight. So you're going to come down, Keep those knees out, opening up your hips, keeping that core tight, and standing right back up. Come down, keep your core tight, opening up your hips, squeezing your glutes, and coming right back up. Okay, so once you have kind of mastered the movement of having 2 dumbbells on your shoulders, you are pretty much ready to go into a barbell back squat. So keep in mind too, a lot of gyms have the preloaded barbells, and a lot of times I would recommend that before doing a big barbell, but it's completely up to you. Before you add any weight onto your barbell, always make sure that you can do it with just the barbell, because the weight distribution will be kind of something to get used to. So you want to make sure the bar is at a good height. You don't want it too low, you don't want it too high where you can't get the bar. So I normally put it at like chest level. So what you want to do is grab the bar like here, and when you come under, you want to put it right on your traps, right here. And you want to make sure when you are under the bar, your feet are planted on the ground, your chest is up, and your core is tight. Once you have all of that, you can stand up. So right here, when you stand up, you want to make sure the weight is evenly distributed on your back. You want to make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. Your toes are pointing out a little bit. They're not straight on like this. They're just pointing out a little bit. Core is tight, chest is up. You want to make sure you're opening up your hips. Take a deep breath, come down, chest up, knees out, butt tight, weight in your heels, core tight, shoot back up and squeeze. And then what you're gonna do, take a few steps forward, come right here, come down, place it, come back out, and you're good. It wouldn't be a challenge by Katie if we didn't have day 1 be leg day. So you are going to be starting out with 4 sets of 12 back squats. So make sure when you are doing back squats, you are doing everything that I just previously talked about on your form. So with here, what I normally do is I normally increase the weight every single set just to challenge myself, but you want to make sure if you are increasing the weight that you can still do perfect reps. You do not want to have messy form when you do that. So just a normal back squat, feet shoulder width apart, barbell on your back and squat. If you do this from home, you can do goblet squats instead, whatever you'd like, but like I said, you are doing 4 sets of 12. Okay, moving into hip thrusts, I kind of have to wiggle my way up because my bench is super tall. But with hip thrusts, you want to make sure your back is staying in a straight line. Your chin stays tucked the entire time. Do not let your head rest on the bench or whatever you're using behind you. Keep it nice and tucked. Keep your glutes engaged the entire time and take a second and squeeze at the top. I kind of do the same thing I do with back squats where I add weight to every set once I've completed. For the hip thrust, you are doing 4 sets of 12 reps, so really engage those glutes and squeeze the entire time. Moving into Bulgarian split squats. Personally, not my fave, but you gotta do them. So you are doing 3 sets of 12 on each leg. You wanna make sure with this, you are pushing through your heel. You're not leaning forward and allowing that knee to go over your toe. That will just cause knee problems, and no one's got time for that. So you are gonna switch when you hit 12, but you wanna make sure you're squeezing the glutes. You have 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. Really make sure you're pushing through that heel because you're gonna get the glute contact there, which I think everybody wants. Your thighs and your glutes are gonna be on fire after these. And then right when you're done with the Bulgarian split squats, you are gonna go into walking lunges. If you work out at home, you can just do regular lunges where you step forward. I have 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. I normally like to challenge myself quite a bit with the weight I carry. So definitely do that as well. You can also use a barbell for these too if you want to do walking lunges with a barbell, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then it is not leg day unless we have a burnout circuit with a booty band. So for this, you are going to start with 20 squat pulses with a band. So when you have the band above your knees, you want to make sure you are forcing that band outwards, really working the abductors. Do not let your knees cave in at all. Like I said, you are doing 20 reps of these, and then you're gonna move straight into banded kickbacks, keeping that resistance band above your knee. Bending the bottom leg just a little bit for stability. Keep your core tight and kick that leg up. Squeeze your glutes. For me personally, I feel it a lot better when my foot is flexed, but kind of play around with your foot a little bit, see what you feel is best, but really take your time with these. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can, and your bum will be on fire. And then you'll be moving straight into the last exercise of this circuit, which is glute bridge abductions with a band, keeping that band above your knees. You are gonna come up, pulse your knees out, and come back down. You guys need to make sure you're doing these slow and controlled. It's so easy to bust through these really quickly and get no engagement in your glutes whatsoever. Really focus on thinking what you're doing. For me personally, I keep all my weight in my heels and I push my toes up. I feel it better in my glutes that way. Kind of mess around and see what feels best for you. That workout, if you do this workout, keep killing it, don't give up. You got 11 more workouts coming your way. As promised, there is a giveaway in every single video. So for today's giveaway, I'm gonna be giving away my favorite booty bands. I'll pop in a photo right here. They're from Amazon, so I will ship them to you, everything for free. So in order to be entered into this giveaway, all you guys have to do is make sure you're following my Instagram. I'll pop it right here, and also just tag 2 of your friends in my most recent post, and you'll be entered into the giveaway to receive these booty bands. There's gonna be a giveaway in every single video. At the end of the week, I will be announcing who won each giveaway on my Instagram story. So I will tag you if you have won. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any giveaway that is coming. There are so many amazing things that I'm gonna be giving away. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys do this workout, let me know in the comments box down below how you liked it, and I will see you guys next time.